Rachel, and today I am back in my B6 Stalogy. We are going to plan the week ahead. I'll show you the kit in a second, but I'm sure you will be wondering what my Stalogy is dressed in. I bought this in a D-stash. I actually bought it from Robin. She was D-stashing on her YouTube page. And I believe that this is the Lush leather, because it's quite pebbly, it's beautiful. I think the colour is called Cosmos, I think. Not that it matters anymore because Foxy Fix isn't around, which is really sad. But yeah, I have got the B6. I believe these are called Perfect Fits. Now then, a secretarial pocket is not my favourite, I'll be honest. But like I said, Foxy Fix aren't around anymore and we can't choose what we want. However, I have quite a few important letters, bills, council tax, little things that I like to tick off and stuff that I do need to keep around, and this planner does not have a big back pocket. So because of that, I'm actually quite happy that I've got a secretarial pocket. I've done a little bit of deco in it, as you can see. I've got the same things in. I've got my little poppy and wiggle from Fab Planner Print. This was a freebie, I believe. I don't think you can buy these. It's got my name on it, which is really cute. I've got my paper K, Dot the Bear with a heart on it, and I have got tucked under here my Josephine Bow Design Shooting Star. One of these seems to make it into my planners all the time. I just can't get away from them. They're my favourite. I've also changed my actual inside of my cover as well. So before this, it was just a jelly cover and a couple of, I think I've got a Disney and maybe a heart vinyl underneath. But I actually purchased last year this journaling card. I can't remember where I got it from. But it's got like these cute jumpers on, and it's all like warm and cozy. The only thing that annoys me about it is that it doesn't quite cover enough, and I can just see a little black line. So I don't know how long I'm going to last with this inside this cover. I do have other options that I can put in there. I didn't print and cut this myself. I bought it from a shop. That's why I think it's not quite as long as I would want it. But that's okay. Let's get to the kit that we're going to use anyway. Decided to use one of the kits I've printed out myself. So this is a printable kit from Grand Plans. If you've been watching me for the last few weeks or so, you will know that I have decided that I'm going to start cutting some of my own kits. I was brave and I decided to buy some printable kits, try and cut them myself, and I was quite successful with it. So yeah, this is one of those kits. Now this is on my old paper. That is not as good as the new paper that I've got, but I think you'll agree that it's still a pretty good print. So I believe that I bought this in the sale. This was about, it was no more than £2 for sure. So yeah, you get a ton of stuff. So I'll just go through what I've got. I've got my 8 full boxes and a few functional boxes. I've got an extra box there. We've got loads of headers, a weekend banner. We've got some date covers. We've got some functionals. We've got date dots and washi. We've got some checklists and some trackers. We've got some more checklists. We've got some more headers, and we've got some more functional stuff. Now the only thing that I will say about doing this is that these come in a 2 sheet. I can't remember what come together. So you can't choose, if you want one of the things on the sheet, you can't say, well, I don't want that bottom thing, so don't print that out. So I think I'm going to get left with a lot of leftovers that I'm not going to use. For instance, I probably wouldn't, oh, maybe I would have printed that sheet out. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have printed that sheet out. But it is what it is. Unless there's a way that I'm missing that you can just choose the bits that you want. I don't think there is, but anyway. So since I've got such a big kit to work with, we're going to go back to my day to a page. Last week we did the cousin layout, which was this one. The kit was from Crafty Planning and it turned out beautifully. I've not updated Saturday yet because what a weekend that was. Oh, and I found this. This was just, I put a thumbprint on Jensen's head. Sorry about that, Jensen. Yeah, this was a dashboard from a ring bound planner that I had. I did a bit of a de-stash over the weekend and I found it. And there were some others that I had that I'd put die cuts on. And when I was getting the die cuts on, it was ruining the paper and ruining the die cut. So I thought, well, I don't want to ruin this picture of my beautiful Kiddie Winkles. And I quite like that paper. So I thought, right, well, I'll just stick it in my Stalogy. Also, I'm not sure if it's going to make writing on this side a bit awkward, so I might have to get my pencil board out. But anyway, let's just get on with it, shall we? So, today is Monday. I had wanted to film this video yesterday, but I didn't quite get round to it because, unfortunately, I've got a poorly page. Everybody's been so poorly. Jensen had COVID, and then Paige's got this. She's not got COVID. I've done 2 tests on her and she's negative, so I'm not worried about that. But she is off school today, unfortunately, which is not ideal. I hate it when she's off school because as you guys know, she has struggled in the past to be able to go in without getting upset, and it just sets her back. It's just not ideal at all. Paige being off school, but never mind. So I'm just realising that I'm going to need to pull some other washi in, which is fine. I have some in my collection that I can. Oh, go that way then. There we go. Right, okay, let me have a look at my other washi and see what I... So just a quick look through my collection. I've picked these 3 out. I think they will go quite nicely with the kits that I've got. So this is one of the new releases from the Coffee Monsters Co. I believe that this is the coffee themed one, and I know that you can get a tea themed one as well, and I think there was a planner themed one, but I just picked this one up, and the coffee style seals, I think you call them. Not even unravelled this yet. Let's get this unravelled. So I think we'll use a bit of this. And then I've got 2 from Simply Gilded. I've got one which is just a really pale muted pink and some gold bows. And I've got this one which is like, I guess coffee coloured again with some stardust. Is that what these are called? Stardust or snowflake or something along those lines. But anyway, I think those will go quite nicely. But first of all, we will get these ones down. Now, do I want to do washi at the top and at the bottom? If I do, yes, I do. Washi at the top and the bottom. Yeah, so this sticker paper is not the best. It was just one that I picked that when I put it in on Amazon it said bestseller, but I don't know why it's a bestseller. It's a bit rubbish, to be honest. It's not the best quality at all, but my new paper I love. So we're going to stick with that one from now on. But how are you guys anyway? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing okay. We're not too bad. Jensen's actually gone back to school today. So for some reason his school did their holidays a little bit different to everybody else. So he was actually off for 3 weeks in total, because the first week he was off with COVID. But then he's just finished his 2 weeks of actual school holidays. And as I'm sure you can imagine, he was thrilled to be going back this morning. Especially when he realised that Paige was off. So yeah. Oh, I like that washi. That's the first time that I've used that, obviously, because you just saw me unroll it. But I'll give you a little... Isn't that beautiful? I love coffee. I love coffee so much. I'm sure I'm not on my own with that. I love coffee too much. I love it cold. I love an iced latte or even just a strong cold brew if I'm in the mood for that. Oh. So let's... Is this going to peel up? Because that's not straight. Oh, that peeled up really nicely. It wasn't advertised as removable sticker paper, but it did seem to come up nicely, didn't it? Okay, that's better. Now let's put my trackers down. So I want to use a pink one. We've got one for medication. And we want one for skincare. Perfect. And then I'm going to use a header. I'm going to use one of these beautiful glitter headers that we've got. If any of these stickers are miscut, I can't moan about them because I did them myself. I have new appreciation for you guys out there that are shop owners, especially with really popular busy shops. I take my hat off to you. Let's do a pink tracker. I love the pink that's in this kit, but I'm trying to be conscious that I don't choose all the pink, you know? There's some other colours that we can use. Okay, and then underneath that we will have a full box. Or, hang on a minute. Where's the one that had this one? I feel like I want to use her because there's nowhere else that I'm going to want to put a big, long deco box like that. So let's just stick her down here in the corner on my this week page. There we go. Beautiful. Now then, let's do I would quite like to put important or priorities, but it's the same brown colour and I'm trying to do something a bit different. So I'm going to go with the little things. Where did little things come from? Who did that? Who did that first? What does it actually mean? Just little things that we need to be getting on with? Shall we zoom in a little bit as well? Is that what that means? Is that where that come from? Who knows? Let me know if you know. Let's put a checklist box down, one of these larger ones. And then anything that I've got going on that's important can just carry through the week with me. Let me do it this way. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. Now then, did we get any deco in this kit? I think that's something else that I didn't do. I didn't print out the deco sheet because I knew that I probably wouldn't need it. Right then, so we'll move on to Monday. Here's my date covers. Oh, and I don't think I said as well, this is a standard vertical sized kit. Was actually really easy to print. So I think I've said this before, but a lot of people, when I was going to be buying my Cricut, when I was asking for recommendations or people's thoughts on if they had a Cricut, a lot of people were like, oh, you'd be better with a silhouette. It's harder to print kits and stuff on there. I can only tell you my experience with this shop as well. Now, I have bought from a previous shop and I couldn't manage to print out her stuff on my Cricut. But I have ordered from 3 other shops and managed to print those out. This shop in particular, Grand Plans, is super easy to print on your Cricut. The shop owner put some really good instructions, which I have printed off over there with my measurements on. It's just a quick size down and then you've got a kit. Super easy, and I can print this out as many times as I want. I've printed it out for myself, I've printed it off and sent it to Robin. Yeah, we've been having fun, me and Robin, on the old Etsy, finding shops that we want to buy from. It's just so affordable and I can't help myself. And also, for me, not for anybody else maybe, but you know when you're having like a bit of a crap day and you just want to be a bit spendy and buy something, and then afterwards you might regret it or think, oh, I didn't really need that, that was a bit of a bad idea. This is totally a toxic thing, by the way, and I'm aware of that. But what I've done is, if I've just been like, do you know what, I want to do a bit of planning, I want to do a bit of spending, I've gone on Grand Plans while they've had a sale on, I've bought a couple of kits that have cost me like £4, printed them off myself, and I've still had that same like, ooh, new kit, happy meal feeling, you know? It's not a habit that I want to get into doing all the time, spending my money on kits like that, but you know what I'm saying? Anyway, how are you all? I feel like I'm just rambling as usual. Tell me how you are. I hope you're all really well. Hoping to get Paige back to school tomorrow. She really needs to be in. She's not, as you know, the type of kid that can have too much time off school and be okay. She struggles to go into school as it is, so having any extra days off is just not great at all. So yeah, hoping that she is well enough to go back to school tomorrow. I've been in touch with her teacher via the Dojo app and we've had a bit of a chat about it because I was a bit worried about her being off. The reason why I was worried, because she has had, I think this is her 6th day off since September, and we're only like partway through November, and I'm just a bit conscious of it, you know. But I think somebody said to me the other day when I was chatting to them about it, it's the I think it's their immune systems, because we were stuck in for so long, you know, during the whole COVID thing, and so they pretty much spent like a year on and off inside, didn't they? And I just think their little immune systems are just picking up everything. I mean, I know she's not the only one. Before school started again, before the school holidays, sorry, her class were dropping like flies. There was like 6 or 7 of them off in rotation with a tummy bug. But I just worry that it puts her behind, not just educationally, but, you know, with her struggling to go in and stuff. But I know that I'm not the only mum in the world going through this. But she does seem a little bit better today, so not to be too graphic, she was actually off on Friday because on Thursday night she woke up with screaming tummy ache. She was absolutely screaming, and I originally thought maybe she'd had too much to eat near bedtime, or I don't know, something that she'd eaten in the day disagreed with her or whatever. But then she was like, can I go to the toilet? And I was like, yeah, of course you can. And I mean, I'm not going to give you a graphic description of what happened, but you can imagine, very gripey tummy. And that went on all night. We must have got up 6 or 7 times to the toilet, bless her. And then until the next day, about 2 p.m, that was the last time she did that really bad. But even now, on Monday, she's still not quite as normal as she should be. I'm trying to be so careful about what I say, because I'm aware that people that don't have kids might be like, are you really talking about your daughter's diarrhea on the internet? Apparently I am. But yeah, so, but also then on Saturday when she woke up with the worst cough and cold. So I was like, oh great, because obviously Jensen had COVID the 3 weeks ago. I was thinking, well, it must be Paige's turn now. But I've done 2 lateral flow tests on her and they've been negative. That was the main reason why I got in touch with her teacher this morning, because I was like, what do you need me to do? Do you need me to do a PCR test? But she was like, no, that's fine. If you've done lateral flow tests and they've been negative, and she doesn't have any other symptoms, I think she's just picked up a cold. And you know what it's like, sometimes you can get a cold that does give you the runs, can't you? I think that's more common in children, which obviously she is. But yeah, I'm hoping that she'll be back to school tomorrow. She seems to not be as coughing this morning. And her toileting's a bit better as well, so yeah. You don't know what to do you? Don't know what to do for, what's that saying? Don't know what to do for being wrong for being right. That's not the saying, but I know you know the saying. Give me the saying below if you've got that right. But you don't know what to do if you don't know what to be right. You can't do right for wrong. Sleep deprivation, guys, that's what this is. We've had no sleep. That's going to annoy me. I'll remember it in like 10 minutes time and just randomly shout it out in the video. Then you'll all wonder what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the thing is, if you don't take her in, I'm worried that school are going to be like, well, you know, she's having too much time off, she needs to be coming in. Like, they're going to come at me. I had this conversation with Beth yesterday, lovely Beth from Beth Plans. But then if you take them in, if I took her in and she was poorly, you know, they'd be fuming at me. But I feel like I'm that mum that feels like when my kid is off, I feel like I need to, I don't do it, by the way, but I feel like I almost need to prove that she's actually ill and I've just not got her off for nothing. Not that I'm going to send the teacher a picture of what was going on the other day, because that would have put her off for breakfast. But do you know what I mean? I feel like if she's off, I feel like people might think like, oh, she just didn't want to get up in the morning. I don't know why I feel like that. That's just me all over. That is just typical me. And that is my issue as well, not anybody else's. Nobody's made me feel like that. I'm just broken. But yeah, anyway. Gosh, when I edit this video back, I'm going to be like, wow, Rach, that was a really ramble of nonsense. But like I said, you're going to have to bear with me because I'm sleep deprived. I have been sharing a bed with Paigey just to make sure that she's all right. I want to cuddle my babies when they're not well. That's why it was so hard with Jensen having COVID, because obviously I couldn't do that, and for the most part he had to stay in his bedroom by himself, which, I mean, to the average person it might sound like you'd go stir crazy, but to my 12-year-old boy who had his Xbox, he was actually fine with it. But I just felt quite guilty because it was during the holidays as well that me and Chris and Paige, you know, were downstairs doing stuff together. And I just felt like poor old Jensen got shoved in his bedroom and left to his own devices. But that is what we have to do, isn't it? He had quite a mild case as well, which was good. He just, that first day, he looked dreadful when he got up, absolutely dreadful. And I really did think, oh my God, this is going to be awful. But aside from that first day, he had quite a bad headache. And he said he felt sick. He wasn't sick, but he said he felt a little bit sick. And then the next day the same, but not as bad. And then I think from like the 4th day onwards, he was absolutely fine. You wouldn't have even known there was anything wrong with him to look at him. But obviously we still had to stay in and stuff. We stayed in for our full 10 days, which unfortunately meant that we missed Halloween, which Paige was a bit disappointed about. And the current rules in our country, meant that Chris could have taken Paige trick-or-treating, but I felt like it was wrong to be knocking on people's doors when I had somebody at home with COVID, you know? I didn't feel like that would have been appropriate. It's different if, like, you've got to go out. Me and Chris and Paige went out for walks and stuff. We stayed out of people's ways, and then one of us would go and do a bit of shopping, but, you know, mask wearing and, again, keeping our distance. It just wouldn't have felt right to go knocking on people's doors. And I'm not judging anybody if you did do that because you had a similar situation to my family. I'm not judging you. You do you know, I'm not here to judge anybody. But for me, I felt like I should stay in. And though the sweetest thing, so when Paige went back to school on Monday, she has a doggy friend called Duke, who I'm pretty sure I've spoken about a few times. He actually lives near us, and we've realised where he lives now. We've seen him coming out of his house, and we meet him every day after school around 3:30 for a play on the field on the way home. If we're a little bit late, Duke and his daddy will wait for us. It's so cute. It's like a proper little date every day. And so last Monday, when Chris picked Paige up from school and he was walking across the field, Duke and his daddy were on the field, and they had Halloween treats for Paige, and they had no idea what had been going on because we're not, like, in contact with them by the phone or anything. You know, they didn't know that we'd been stuck in for the holidays. They'd just not seen us for the 2 weeks. But he said, oh, I've got Halloween treats. I was waiting for you to come round on Halloween. So that was just the sweetest thing. And but we felt awful that that they'd waited for us and we hadn't turned up. But yeah, it was sweet. So then a couple of days later, we were doing some baking, and Paige took them some little cupcakes around. She took Duke one as well. I know that doggies aren't supposed to have cake. I don't know whether or not his daddy gave it to him. Although when we saw him the next day, his daddy said, oh, he had his cake and he took a bite out of mine. But I think he was just making a little bit of fun for Paige. But yeah, anyway, that was nice. So what do I have to put down this week? Not much going on. We've got no groomer appointments or anything like that. We're done with that. I don't think we've got anything. I've got some to-dos that I need to do. I do have a school trip of Paige's to pay for, which I keep forgetting about, so I'm going to write it on my to-do list on here. And then the next time I open my planner, I will remember to pay that. She's going to go and see a pantomime. I think it's a Christmas pantomime, I would presume. It's in December. So that's, I think that's about £12 or something like that. Is it? Am I lying? Is it not? It might be £9 or something. And then she's got a movie night at school as well, where they're going to stay late at school, watch a movie, have some popcorn and some treats as well, and watch a Christmas movie. I think that's December the 2nd. I'm not sure if we have to pay for that one. It might just be a couple of quid to cover their snacks, but I love it when the schools do things like that, particularly because last year we missed out on so much. And I know that they are having a nativity this year as well, or a Christmas performance it's being called. I need to just get this in here a bit more. It's just slipping out, but I don't know. Can you see that? My cover should be in here. It is still in the Lauren Phelps design cover. I think that whilst I'm messing about in it, it's just moving it. I'll move it back in a bit. Right then, anyway, we've got our, wow, this is going to be a long video, guys. I hope you buckled in. We've got our date covers and our washi down. I love how this turns out. I tell you what this kit is reminding me of. A couple of years ago, I did a collaboration with Desley Jane Plans, and we bought a kit from Two Little Bees, and it was very similar to this, I'm sure it was. I wonder if it was the same artwork. Can you imagine if I've bought a kit and it just happens to be the same artwork? That would be funny, wouldn't it? So let's get my full boxes down. When we do a day to a page, I just put the full boxes down in the bottom right corner. So that's good. I've got lots of Christmas prep coming up now, so I do need the space, especially in this week. I mean, I'm not saying that there won't be weeks where I don't think I'm going to go back to that cousin layout, or even try something different. I would really like to try a Hobonichi Weeks layout in here, where you do like the days of the week on this side, and then this just entire page is a notes page. But I think that's probably going to be after Christmas, because I won't have enough space. I mean, the thing is as well, if I did do that and I didn't have enough space, I've got plenty of little notepads that I could just tip in for a bit of extra space. You know what I mean? So I'm really impressed with how this kit printed out. I wish, in fact I can actually, can't I? I will print this kit out again on my better paper. I did a haul recently, and in that haul was a kit from RachelBeautyPlans that was Christmas themed, and there was a lot of red. Oh, get onto the shop owner, honestly. Look at this tat. Obviously it was me, I printed this. I told you, newfound respect. Newfound respect. Not as easy as you think. And also, like, I'm just printing things for me. Well, I'm Robin as well, but even the pressure of that, like, that takes a while, you know? I couldn't imagine you guys that have got tons of orders in. I totally understand the turnover times and stuff like that now. Right then, we've got that sorted. We need a to-do, and I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to do. So we'll do this. So yeah, Christmas prep. We are having Christmas at home now. We were possibly going to go to my mother-in-law's, but she's going somewhere else. So we're now having Christmas at home, which, to be honest, I prefer. Not because I don't want to spend Christmas with my mother-in-law or anything like that. I would rather be at home than go to my mum's or nan's because of the kids, you know? I think when they've got all their stuff, they just want to be playing with their new toys and watching the stuff that they want to watch. You know, Jensen's going to want to be on his Xbox, spending his Xbox credit that he's inevitably going to get and playing with his new games. And the same for Paige. She's going to want to be playing with all the toys at home. And I know you can take some of them with you wherever you go, but I would just rather have people come to us. So I think we're going to have my Nan and Brian again, which will be 3 years in a row now, which is fine. Although, if you remember, last year Brian ended up in hospital over Christmas. So it was just my Nan. So hopefully this year he will be able to come as well. Perfect. I love how this is turning out. I love it so much. I know I say it every time, but it really is my favourite layout. Right then, checklists. Checklist. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do these. I do have enough boxed checklists, but I'm going to do these, I think. I like doing a mix of writing on the stickers and writing on the paper, you know? Oh, that's not straight in the slightest. Let's do this one. Oh, I think she flew a raspberry. I hope she didn't trump. If you guys didn't hear that, then that's weird. That I said that. I think she blew a raspberry at the dog. There we go. More fingers and thumbs today. I'm going to try, and I should hopefully get back to my normal filming routine, hopefully. I have at least, oh, that's not the right place, Rach. I have at least managed to put one video up a week. You've still always had my Stalogy video, but I've missed doing the other stuff. I have kept up in those planners. Not my memory planners, I've just left them for videos, but my print impression weeks, for instance, I have kept up with it because I have still been doing my PR posts and stuff on Instagram. But it will be nice to come back on and do a print impression week spread review. I've been making sure that I've not used any really amazing kits so that you haven't missed it. So that we can still do it together. Right then, let's try and write on one of these stickers and see how we get along. I'm just going to go with my trusty friction pen. We'll just do shop and scan. You've got the shop and scan, and that is for Sunday. And then I think we might have a race. We've only got 5 races left now, Formula 1, haven't we? What do we think of yesterday's race, Mexico? Where was Max? He was away, he was off. We didn't see him, did we? We knew we won, but we didn't hardly see him. It was a shame for Checo, wasn't it? I read on the internet, I read on somebody's comments, like, everyone's a Checo fan in Mexico, and it's so true. I would have loved to have seen him win in his hometown. So yeah, that was a good race, but I think we have got another race this week. I'm pretty sure. Can I we get that down there? Yeah, let's put the weekend banner down there. Yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got. Mexico 12th. So is that then? That is then, isn't it? So we have got, oh, Brazil. I need to figure out what that race is. I know they have announced it now and I've missed it. Should we write that Maxi won in Mexico? Go on then. Funnily enough, we went to the shop and I don't know if it's in all the shops, but in my local co-op, they were giving away for free the Formula One, like, you know, you get the football sticker books. 19, Brazil. Well, the Formula one, so we got one of those, which we were laughing at yesterday. And it was funny because in the shop, Paige, the guy gave it to Paige, not realising that we were Formula One fans. He was just trying to get rid of these sticker books that he'd obviously been told to get rid of. But Paige picked it up and she was like, Lewis Hamilton and his face. I was like, oh yeah, you've given this to the right people. She is a fan. She hums the theme tune, which makes me laugh. She knows the theme tune. Right, let's see what we've got going on here. We are on the 8th. I'm going to use the date dots that I printed because why not? So yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to have any plans to write down today. Oh, look what I did. I did do one in the wrong place. Were you guys screaming at me when I did that? It should be alright because these stickers actually seem to be quite forgiving. There we go. Did I just do that there or did I do that everywhere? What an idiot. What an idiot I am. So I was having a think about the videos that I've got coming up that I need to film that seem to have just crept upon me. I'm going to have to do my Hobonichi Weeks setup. And then I'm going to have whatever replacement it is that I decide to do for print pressure weeks. I don't even know if I'm going to go with those inserts now. I'm lost with it. I've even considered buying a B6 Stalogy and having it cut down to Hobonichi Week size, you know, a half year. This is for my social media planner that I'm talking about. So yeah, who even knows? And then of course I'm going to have my advent calendar unboxings. I've got one for I'll Be Planning Co and one for Josephine Bow Designs, which I'm super excited about, which is going to be amazing because it always is. Page off school ill. And Jensen back to school. Let's put that on as well. So yeah. So obviously I am on the Josephine Bow Designs PR team, but I have no idea what is in the advent calendar or what the theme is or anything like that. So it's going to be a really nice surprise for me too. I will do an unboxing. I will very clearly on the video let people know that it is a spoiler alert and not to watch it if you don't want to see what is in these advent calendars. Don't worry about accidentally watching it. I'll try and make sure that that doesn't happen. So Paige off school, Jensen back to school, medication, which I have done, skincare, which I have done. I think we're having enchiladas for tea. Num num num. Right then, let's just quickly check my calendar. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Nothing going on. Let me just check my forward planner in case I missed anything. Oh, my doggies. Yeah, no. That is that. Yeah, Paige has got a pantomime and she's doing a Christmas production. I need to put movie night on as well. But yeah, I think then that is going to be it. This has been the most mishmash video I think I've ever filmed. I've just been waffling on with myself, but I really, really enjoy how this has turned out. I'm so glad that I'm now able to print my own kits. I won't show too many of them on my channel. I'm not going to do loads of plan with me's with my own printed kits because I can imagine that that's quite annoying for those of you that aren't able to access kits like this because you don't have a Cricut or whatever, but I will do a few just for those of you that have asked. As you can see, I've got an absolute ton of stuff left. I used all the full boxes apart from the one that ripped up. I think, in fact, if I did that, it would come off. Yeah, it's come off fine like that. I'll put that to the side for later. If I printed that out again, pretty sure I'd get another spread out of all that, and I will save it, it won't get wasted. But yeah, I think for now that is going to be it from me. If you watched all of this video and watched me ramble for the last God knows how long, thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm a very tired mum right now, and I think it's probably coming across that I've lost the plot a little bit, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's going to be it from me for now. If you like this video, if you can give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, I love you forever, and I'll see you soon. Bye.